Good evening to you, my entrepreneurial friends. How are you this night? My name is Brian K. McNeil, and I'm the Sales Confidence Coach. And I help people to sell themselves and their services better than they ever have before so they can earn more money than ever before. I'm the author of 4 books, and I am the best sales speaker. Now, especially this time of year, people start talking about what does it take to succeed as an entrepreneur, or what kind of things you need to have to be an entrepreneur. And I thought it would be fun and also helpful for me to give you my 5 personality traits. 5 personality traits that entrepreneurs need to succeed. This is geared towards you, the prepreneur, the person thinking about becoming an entrepreneur, or someone young in the game. This is not an exhaustive list. This is only 5 of them. And I could make a much longer list, and so could you. But we're going to talk about what I believe are 5 personality traits that are necessary to be a successful entrepreneur today. So let's just go down the list, shall we? Number one. Number one thing I think it takes for you to for anyone to become a successful entrepreneur is this word here: courage. 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 The willingness to do it even if you're afraid. The willingness to put yourself out there even at the risk of embarrassment. The courage to try even though you might have to take an arrow or some blows or some hits. Courage is one trait essential to becoming a successful entrepreneur today. Without courage, and I also believe that courage is one of the most important words in life. You can do more things with courage than you can do without courage. Without courage, your life will not have the meaning that it could have. So, one personal trait, I believe that entrepreneurs must have to succeed as an entrepreneur is courage. That's one. The second trait I believe the entrepreneurs must have to be successful is the word resilience. Resilience. There's no way of getting around it. As an entrepreneur, some seasons will be better than others. And without resilience, you will not be able to pass the test that all entrepreneurs must pass. There will come a time in your business as an entrepreneur where you're going to have to pass this test and have to answer this question. The question is, and the test is this: how much pain are you willing to take before you quit? How much pain are you willing to absorb before you quit on your dream? And until you can answer that question, there is no pain that's going to make me quit. You're not going to pass the test, and your business will not live. Resilience is essential. I will tell you, I am a successful sales coach right now. My business is a pretty good business. I could do all things through my business, okay? However, it took me 4 tries to make it stick. 4 tries. And because the first 3 tries, I was failing at it and had to go back into corporate America. But on the 4th try, I was failing as well. I was there. I was in that moment. The wolf was at the door. I was behind in my Cadillac payment. I was 2 months behind in my rent. Oh no! And I needed money and I didn't have any, and it wasn't working for me. But on this 4th try, I had a meeting in my living room with just me and my cat Archie and my Heavenly Father. And I said, God, this time, I don't care what happens. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit this time no matter what. They could take away my home. They could take away my car. They could take away everything I have. And I meant it. But on this time, I decided I wasn't going to quit. And I believe in that moment, I had passed the test of resilience that I think every entrepreneur is going to have to pass the test. You're going to have to be able to answer the question: how much pain are you willing to take before you quit? If you do pass that test and answer the question of how much pain, and the answer is there is no pain that's going to make me quit, I believe providence will open up. When I made that, hello, Dr. Beverly, how you doing? When I made that proclamation between me and my Heavenly Father and my cat Archie, that time he heard me. And it wasn't but a few days later, I got a phone call. They saying, Brian, we have an event. I know it's short notice. We have an event this Friday. The speaker that we booked can't make it. Can you cover for us? It pays $2,500. Can you come? And I needed that $2,500. And I said, I could be there. And I showed up. I had finally passed the test. What's up, Todd? How you doing, rock star? Love it. This is my opinion. 5 personality traits you must have to succeed as an entrepreneur. The first one was courage. The second one was resilience. The third one that I believe an entrepreneur must have, third personality trait I believe an entrepreneur must have to succeed as an entrepreneur, especially you prepreneurs, is the word creativity. Creativity. Creativity will help you, and you must have it, especially if you cannot throw money at the challenge. If you can't throw money at the challenge, you have to be creative. You have to figure out a different way. If you can't do it one way, you do it another. And creativity, I believe, is an essential personality trait that you must have to succeed as an entrepreneur. Dr. Beverly says, heck yeah, on the way. That's right. So these are my 5. I'm going to stop here tonight. My 5 personality traits that I believe you must have to succeed as an entrepreneur. Number 1 was courage. Number 2 was resilience. By the way, the winners in business today very often are the ones who showed up, entrepreneur friends, the ones who consistently show up, and the ones that tough it out and just stay in the game a little bit longer than their competitors. Stay in the game a little bit longer. Stay in the game a little bit past when they normally would have quit. Courage, resilience, and creativity. Figuring out a different way. If you can't throw money at the problem, maybe you can build it yourself. Okay, maybe you can try it a different way. Maybe you can do a little bit at a time. Can you get creative to get the solutions that you need? I don't know what that emoji means, Ty, but I'm sure it was something really, really cool. The fourth trait, I believe, personal trait, I believe you must have to succeed as an entrepreneur, and this is a really, really big word. The word is faith. Faith. I believe without faith, you don't have enough strength. You by yourself is not enough, but you with some higher power helping you can push you through and pull you through. You have to have some sort of faith. It means you're correct in all you're saying. Thank you, sir. Some sort of faith to help you out. I promise you, I mess up once or twice a year, every year, even this year, when I start getting full of myself and I start thinking the magic is happening because I'm so good. And every time my loving Father chastises me appropriately and reminds me that my strength is not just in myself. My strength is that I know whose I belong to. My strength helps me. You need some juice, faith in yourself and faith in a higher power. A lot of times, faith can come to you from other people helping you out. I trust in you. There have been many times in my life where my wife's faith in me made me perform superlatively. And some things that it didn't look like it was going to happen, but she had faith in her husband, and that was enough for me. I believe you got to have courage. Again, this is not an exhaustive list. This is 5 of the things. I can make a longer list, and so could you. But they have to have courage, resilience, creativity, faith. And the 5th one I want to lift up tonight are 2 words. 5th personality trait I believe entrepreneurs must have are these words here. Poor hearing. Poor hearing. You got to have poor hearing. What do you mean poor hearing, Brian? In your entrepreneurial pursuits, in you endeavoring to do business, People are going to say a lot of things to you in direct proportion to what you hear from whom you hear. You got to consider the source. I'm going to suggest you figure out a way to have dials on your hearing. You hear the stuff from good counsel. Dr. Beverly, thank you. Thank you very much. Courage, resilience, creativity, faith, and poor hearing. Listen louder to the people that are doing what it is that you endeavored to do. They are demonstrating that they have figured out a system to make it work. So if they're already operating in an area that you want to be in, listen to those people. If they are not operating in an area that you want to be in, don't listen to them. Okay? Don't listen to the people that are not succeeding at the level that you want to succeed. What can they help you with? I used to preach and teach from a platform. Poor people should take rich people to lunch. What do you mean poor people should take rich people to lunch? The rich person already knows how to become rich. The poor person should take that person to lunch and learn something. He could teach him something. Isn't it likely he could teach him something? Okay. I believe that to be true. I remember one time I said that from a platform. The unsuccessful people, salespeople. It was a sales workshop. The salespeople that are not succeeding should take the top producer out to lunch. And one guy wanted to do that with me. He says, "Brian, can I take you to lunch?" And I said, "Sure, you pick the place, I'll be there." And he chose, and it was a good lunch. He chose to take me to Burger King. And I went, and I think I had a Whopper, and he had his notebook. He was very serious, too. He took it very, very serious. He took me to lunch, and I always remember him fondly, okay, because he was courageous. He had some courage to potentially put himself in a position where he might have been embarrassed. He didn't know if I was going to reject him or not, but he had the courage to ask. And we went to Burger King, and he had his notebook, and we had a wonderful time. Courage, Dr. Beverly, I appreciate you highlighting that for me. Courage, resilience, creativity, faith, and poor hearing. Adjust your hearing up to the people, listening to the people that are succeeding in levels that you want to get to. Adjust your hearing down for people who are not currently succeeding at the levels that you want to succeed at. This is I have been enjoying these little talks with you. Last night, I came on here and I gave a talk on beware of bad counsel when going into business. And I ended up speaking for 50 minutes. I'm not going to do that tonight, but I'm going to wrap now. I'm going to thank you guys for joining me. The ones of you guys who chose to join me. Dr. Beverly, I appreciate you again. Courage. Resilience. Thank you, Todd. Creativity. Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. I love Mark Cuban on Shark Tank. And he thinks that when people come into Shark Tank and they asking for money for the sake of having money, for the sake of having money as a cushion while they're building their business, they say, "I need money to live on for a year while I'm building my business." That's a no immediately for Mark, because he knows they're going to just try to be soft and live on that. Napoleon Hill, when Andrew Carnegie commissioned Napoleon Hill to do a 20-year study of the most successful people in the world to create the book, The Laws of Success, which ultimately became Think and Grow Rich. He said to Napoleon Hill, "I want to commission you for 20 years, but I won't pay you for it. I won't pay you to do it. All I will do is I write you letters of introduction to the most successful people in the world, and I'll pay your expenses, but no salary. Any money you earn, you're going to have to earn that on your own creativity." And Napoleon Hill took the journey and did it. And Napoleon Hill became a millionaire along the way from what he was learning. He would go into a town and see a problem in the town and sell the solution to the problem to the town and end up making money. That's what he did. It ratcheted up his creativity. One town had a problem with this, and they could never figure it out, a railroad crossing or something like that was causing accidents. He goes, "Not only will I solve this problem, I'll solve it within a month. Or within 6 months," I think is what he said. Boom. They paid him. He made his money because of his creativity along the way. Creativity. I thank you guys for joining me. If you found value in this, let me know you found value in this. Maybe there might be a way that we can be mutually supportive of each other. You have a beautiful rest of your evening. God bless.